go. Second to last consult. And there's only a few on the line, so it's going to be a pretty quiet one, but that's okay. We've still got some things to say, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the things to cover off today are going to be holiday prep. We're going to talk a little bit about who's going to win the prize and how and when we're going to announce it, so that's pretty cool. And also, I've done a couple of things. Belinda, who's on the line, has actually suggested a really good idea to be able to see your metabolic balance plan summary within the nudge, within the app. So basically, I'll show that off and also show the ability to access all of your meal plans. So all the meal plans that we've been sending through, there's now a way, or there will be a way tomorrow, to actually access every meal plan that's been generated for you as well. So we can sort of check that out as we're going. Anything else you got to add in there, dear?
Nope, I think that's it. I think that will cover most of it.
So it'll be a short session. Sarah, you got anything to add?
No.
No, very, very good. All right, so let's get into it. Holiday season.
Yeah, so this week, like coming back from holidays and getting back into clinic, I've noticed that more and more people are now hitting the Christmas celebration period. So I've been giving out a lot of tips on how to actually navigate that, what to do with that. And really, it comes down to having a plan. As with everything we do in life, if we have a plan, we're more likely to succeed and we're more likely to follow it. If we don't have a plan, we just kind of wing it, hope for the best, and hope we get the results we want. So the first thing I say is actually look at your week. So plan out your week, plan out the celebrations, plan out when you're going out, what you're doing. Even if you're going out to a restaurant, do things like look at the menu first, work out what you want to have, put that on your plan, and allow for that to happen. Now, outside of that, the other thing is, and it probably goes back to what Zoe said in the consult when she was online, is enjoy the celebrations. Don't do it with any kind of guilt. So if you go out and you deviate slightly off your plan, don't feel guilty about doing it. Embrace it and go, you know what? This is a journey for a lifetime. It's not a journey for 8 weeks. It's not a journey for 12 weeks. We want this to continue. Like metabolic balance, I want it to continue for the rest of your life. So therefore, having a meal that's not on your plan is okay. But enjoy that meal. Don't eat that meal and go, oh my goodness, I shouldn't be eating this. Oh, I'm going to get a terrible result, or I'm going to feel awful afterwards. Enjoy the meal, enjoy the flavors, enjoy the taste. Choose something that you want to eat. Don't choose something that you actually really don't want to eat. And then savor it. But know that your next meal, you can go back to your plan. You can go back to doing the right thing. Don't forget your other guidelines. Remember to drink your water. Remember to do the 3 meals in the day. Don't skip those meals. Remember to have the apple. So just really be mindful in this period. It's okay not to drink at social events if you don't want to. And I'm not saying don't drink, but when you go out, you don't have to drink. It's actually okay to drink water, have some soda water. It's okay to have a glass of wine if that's what you want to do, or a glass of champagne. But just know that it's not going to be every day ongoing. So that's really probably what I've said to most people this week is it's okay. It's okay to enjoy these celebrations. And part of what we do and the socializing and the events that we do, by not going to them or going, I can't do that because, you'll actually then start to resent doing what you are doing. So it's really about kind of looking at all of those things and enjoying that time.
I found out though, one thing for me was when I go on holidays and come back, I know that I bounce back pretty quickly. So I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but like, so went to Vietnam. Sarah didn't book in with you on purpose for this week.
I'll get you next week.
But will next week. But have already, I think I put on something like bit over 2 kilos, but already I'm now only kind of 900 off of where I was. So by next week when I see you, I'll be sort of back and then some as well. So that was interesting because we were sort of so heavily clean eating, or really just focusing on goodness. And then if you go on holidays, let our hair down. Also, we were both in the same boat. We were basically much more relaxing and then enjoying as well. So we've come back and gone, no, you beauty, we're ready to get back into it. And we were actually. It sounds, and I'm sure you can all relate to this, when you do go away on holidays, you almost, if you don't have a service department, you almost get sick of eating in restaurants. Just sort of like, here we go again, and here we go again. And but otherwise, got back into it, and sort of.
And actually enjoying the feeling of eating the foods that we know make us feel good as well, make us feel energized.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny when you do eat out and you have some of those things that you actually go, yeah, it was okay, but I actually really enjoy the good clean food that I eat and I prepare myself and that sort of thing. So
it felt really good.
Yeah. So my big take on Christmas, and when you think of Christmas Day is Christmas Day. Most people eat in general for Christmas lunch a metabolically balanced meal. So it's really kind of looking at that and going, okay, that's great. It's all of the other stuff that's around that you then kind of go, oh, actually, do I need 3 desserts? Do I need to eat all the chocolate? Do I need all of those things? If you want to do it. But chances are you're going to feel sick if you do it.
Evelyn's got a rock.
I know.
She's having a giggle. Because you had a holiday, didn't you, Belinda?
I went to Melbourne.
I had a break.
Can I tell you what happened to me today? I don't know. It's been particularly hot today. And I've been very physically active today with my job. I had breakfast super early because I knew I would be at habit. So I had breakfast at 6:30. I was absolutely having a hypo at 10:30. Like totally hungry. So I came home and I actually had, for the first time in the time in the program, I thought, right, I've got to eat something. But I took a spoonful of my yogurt. I just opened. I thought, right, okay, that'll get me through. And then I had lunch at 11:30, and then at 2:30 this afternoon, I ended up having 2 Ryvitas with a slice of tomato on them. And I thought, oh my God, at least I'm making the right healthy decision.
Yeah.
But I was starving today. I was absolutely starving. I just didn't find my portions were doing it for me. Yeah.
And what I would say is, in that instance, like, your body was telling you that you needed something. It was telling that you needed to eat.
It was particularly hot today. It was really hot. Yeah.
So what you
and I've drunk 3 liters of water. Yeah. So
what you did in that time was make the right choices. So like, you had your yogurt, which you know is fine to have. You had the Ryvita, which you know is fine to have. So it's really about making the choices at that time. And when you have those kind of hypo type things, and I know I myself am susceptible to that, the most important thing is to eat something. What I would say is, in a physically active day, especially with the heat, consider your electrolytes.
Yeah.
So it's probably that you're running out of your sodium, your potassium, your chloride, all of those things as well. So maybe consider carrying or having with you the Brassica.
I've started to have Brassica every morning. So when I get up early, riser, I actually make a Brassica up and drink that first up. And I don't know, I'm just into it now. I don't know whether it's helping or not helping, but certainly it just gets my water off to the right start. And so I do drink that entire 600 mils of it straight away, and that gets me set up. And that's almost probably 10% or more of my.
But I felt a bit guilty about having a meal.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
My 5-hour period. It's funny because I've just now naturally just think, okay, I'm eating in 5 hours. Yeah.
And what I'd say is don't feel guilty about it, but reflect on it and go and go, what was it that made that happen today? And like you said, it was hotter today. You had breakfast early. You were a lot more physically active. So on those days, like now, because we've come into this, it's like summer today finally went, we're here a day early because tomorrow being the first day of summer.
And tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's officially the first day of summer. But knowing, like, even carry an apple with you.
Yeah. Well, I had my apple as well as that mouthful of yogurt. So my apple was at 10:30. Yeah.
So kind of carry that with you, have that with you in your bag, and just go, you know what, I've got something, and I need to have it because it's obviously more important to eat than to pass out.
But you'll be proud of me, Karen. I avoided the lolly jar. Okay.
Well, that's it.
I've got one sitting. I've got one sitting over there just to prove that I'm not tempted.
Well done.
There's a lolly jar on my bench. I avoided it. I walk past it every day. Yeah.
Well, you should absolutely celebrate that you basically went, no, I am hungry, but I'm just going to have this and this, which is all good and non-processed and not ultra sugar. And I think that's all right. That's a very cool thing. So put the head on the pillow tonight and go, yes.
And so I think probably the take from what happened to you today, and the take that I want probably people to understand as far as metabolic balance goes, is yes, we have 3 meals a day. Yes, we know our portion sizes. Yes, we know our foods. But if we do things outside of that, it's okay as well. It doesn't have to be as rigid, because we just know that the next day we can kind of get back on track.
Yeah.
So cool.
So it's sorry.
No, I'm just waiting for the 3. The 3 won't come. I'm on the verge of being 63 point something, and it won't come. It's been like that for about 8 days straight, every day. Yeah. Oh my God! Please, today can be the 3 can come today.
It's there. It's waiting for you.
It's waiting for me. That's right. Right.
All right.
You might want to put me on mute because I'm cooking my fish right now.
That's okay.
So I'm making noise.
I can mute you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sarah, have you got anything to add on any of that with what you've seen with people over this period?
I'd probably just say like the same, don't, like, one day is not going to undo all of your results at all. And I probably would say as well, if you are like really like obsessed with that number and seeing that number go down the scales, I probably even recommend like not jumping on the scales the next day after having treat meal or a treat day or something like that. Just because if you think, you're going to see that number spike, and it's definitely not fat gain at all. And yet, like Scott said, over the next couple of days, get back on track and it will come back down a trend line. So I know it is a big mental game. Seeing that number go up, definitely. Like, I myself as well. It's like, oh my God, I've ruined it. But you definitely haven't. So as long as you enjoyed yourself and no guilt, then it'll come back off.
Yeah, that's pretty good, because it's almost like if weight is one of your main measures, it's almost like you weight shame yourself if you know what I mean? Like it's weird. And so it's just kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to give everything a break. I'm just going to get back into it, and then I go, sort of thing. And that's what's happened to me. It's gone pretty good. So cool. So just a couple of I'll share the screen. I just want to show a couple of things that are happening here in terms of what you can do in the app. So we're going to do that. Very good. So this is the app that you can see, and I'm going to go through. Belinda popped into the practice the other day, and she said, "Hey, it'd be really cool if we could have a plan summary in the app, so I didn't need to constantly be going back and finding my plan and looking up how much my weights are for things, because we have sort of gone back to a strict phase." So what we did is, what I'm showing on the screen at the moment is, this is your app. If you pop up into the tags section up the top here, or on your phone, I think it's the top still. Yeah. So Belinda, I'm going to show yours because I've got your card, if that's okay. It's just your summary of your plan. But when you you need to unmute yourself, Belinda, if you want to talk. Sorry, I don't think I can unmute you. No, that's okay. So then basically you get all of these tags so you can quickly go into different parts of cards that you've seen. So rather than being on your feed and scrolling to try to find anything, you can pop back up into tags, and then you can pop into MB plan. Now, this is not in everyone's yet, so we just tested it with Belinda, but from tomorrow, your plan will be in there. And if you click on that, it gives you a summary card of your MB plan. So basically, you can have a look at your card. You can click on this because it's an image, and it'll just give you that little table that's really kind of cool. Mine's kind of cut off. On your phone, it's better. And then you can quickly refer to your weights and just your food list there. So including your fruit weights there as well. And we've also included the additional information page as well for you so that you can quickly refer to how much bread you can have and water and that sort of stuff. So it's really just a very condensed version of your plan so that you can see that, and you don't need to be constantly leaving the app and then going to another app or trying to find your plan out. So that's always there. So once again, how to get to it.
Awesome. Thumbs up from Belinda.
Yeah, thumbs up. That's what we talked about. So that was a really cool addition. So once again, so if you're on your feed, click on your tags, and then you can drop into MD plan, and there it is. So that's that one. The next one is your meal plan. So as you know, the same meal plan card has been delivered to you with each week when your meal plan's been generated. And it shows you the latest meal plan. What we've done now is we've let you have access to all of your plans. So now same thing, either tomorrow when you get your meal plan card, or you go into tags and under meal planners, you can click on that. Don't worry about my 8-week meal planner. Click on your normal meal plan tag, and you're getting a new button now called see all of your plans. And so you can click on that, and this will take you to a location that will show you any plan that we've ever generated for you. So you can then go back through the weeks and pick out any recipe you want, so you can start to cruise through that as well. So we are developing a web front end for the meal planner, so that will come over time, but this then at least gives you the ability to access any of your plans. The latest plan is obviously the latest plan that you have. In my case, it's the same. These two are the latest, if that makes sense. So tomorrow, my latest will be updated, and there'll be the 30th, 11th in there. So that's just allowing you to go back to see any meal plan that we've ever created for you, so that you can go back and you can, start tapping into whatever that protein was, Meg, that you were trying to track down. Ostrich. So you can have your ostrich meals. So I think you'd love that. And so basically, there are a couple of features that are new into the app that you'll get from tomorrow. All of your plans will be up, and your meals plans will be up, and then your MB plans will be in there as well. So that's it for the screen sharing side of things.
With that, like obviously the MB meal plan, putting it up there, that came from a discussion we had with Belinda, with something that she said would be really good. What would be really good is if anyone's got any thoughts on what they would like to see or what they think works, even if there's things that they think actually really don't work, let us know, and then we can add them into future changes that we're making. So some of them, like you might come along with something and go, look, we just can't do that at this stage, but we'll park it for when we can. But with what Belinda asked, it wasn't as challenging. It was actually quite a simple thing to do. So we were able to do it really quickly. So any thoughts you've got, let us know.
One thing I've noticed, the way that we've done it is I've created 2 images with the table and then the additional. I'm going to turn them into a PDF so that you can click on the PDF and then you can send it to your printer as well, because it's actually quite a handy summary to put on your fridge. Which is kind of pretty cool.
And things that people have been saying, like along the way, like I know that there's been some dialogue around if people have a post, just being able to like that post, those sort of things, instead of having to comment and all of that sort of stuff. it's in our mind. It's just not as simple to do at this stage, but it's something that we are aware of. That we are wanting to do.
Yep. Which probably leads us to the next couple of things. Number one is the prize, the giveaway. So what I'll be doing is quite a bit of analysis on everything that's gone into the Metabolic Vitality over the last 8 weeks or 7 weeks. We're into our last week next week. And basically Karen and I will then have and Sarah will have a really good chat about the community and who's really, the whole idea was who was going to exemplify metabolic vitality the most. So we will announce that on next week's online. So that's pretty cool. So watch out for that. Be online. Maybe we should say to because we've got such a quiet group, you got to be online to win it. So that's that. And then the final thing from me is we're doing it again. So basically, we're going to be running Metabolic Vitality again in the new year, and we may change the format up just a touch. But in terms of getting feedback from you guys and the broader community as well, we're going to be asking everyone for some feedback. And we're going to go again in the new year. And we may do a shorter format, like 6 weeks. We don't know yet. But definitely we're going to go again, and we're going to put it out to the entire community this time. We only sent it out to a smaller set of the community. So very much looking forward to going again and seeing if everyone can keep it running it periodically, so then it's a basically becomes a lifestyle habit thing. You don't have to obviously join back up again, but the whole idea is to, if you want to have a New Year's Eve post New Year's reset, which will be probably mid-January, I'd say, by the time we kick it off, everyone's back off holidays. Away we go.
I personally, and it's a personal thing, I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions. To me, they're just, if you want to do something, just do it at any time. But I know after Christmas, a lot of people go, you know what, it's time to do a bit of a reset. So it's kind of a reset that will then continue to go through the year. And what we'll be doing as well, and I'm actually saying this without Scott, so he'll probably kill me when I get off the call, is for anyone that has previously participated, there'll be a benefit to coming back as well. So and we haven't discussed what that will be yet. So whether that will be like a discounted price or an additional bonus or something like that. Obviously, we want to reward people that have been on the journey and then that keep coming along for the journey.
The main game is just to try to see if we can collectively reinforce this kind of lifestyle movement that we know that we can all just come along, join, participate. I know myself, I've lost, some considerable weight and I feel a lot better, and so for me to do it periodically throughout the year is a win. And then knowing that I'm going to have this break over Christmas and then picking it up again in the new year is like happy days. So but then the plan is to run it multiple times next year so that we've got a couple of periods that people can join in. So I'm looking forward to that. Cool, that's all I've got to say.
So I guess really, any questions? Anyone? I mean, there's only obviously Belinda and Meg and Sarah on here, but has anyone got anything that they want answering? Any questions they've got?
You guys have got your one-on-one consult because you got Sarah and Karen in the room. How good's that?
And Scott that should never answer any questions.
I'm ready to answer questions.
I don't really have any questions. I just know that I've really enjoyed it. So thank you for the motivation. I haven't done
thank you. Like you being here is motivation as well. So
so I haven't probably tapped into all the bits and pieces, but I don't take that personally. I don't do all those things. I'm just, I love the coming together, the weekly sessions and the people that have come on that, that's been fun. I really liked your photo.
Which one?
The ball photo.
Oh, the ball. Yeah.
But
Yeah, boy, it looks fabulous.
yeah, it looked fantastic. Loved it. The color looked.
I think next year we might end Metabolic Vitality right on a ball weekend, and maybe we all catch up together and go out for a night out. That'd be a lot of fun. Looking our best.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm very excited about going into the Christmas, time. Like, honestly, I feel great. I know I was ready, and this was just like the, icing on the cake to join in.
Yeah, very cool. There's been some fabulous results.
Yeah,
the other thing too is at the beginning of the program we said that we would report back to you guys on how your progress is. So the more that you've used the app, the more that we're going to be able to send you a bit of a summary report or a bit of a report over the whole journey, so that you can at least see, where you started, where you got to. But there's a lot of data that we're able to then create a report as well. Which
I haven't been able to fit the meditation in all the time.
Yeah.
It is definitely, I totally I'm into it. I just got to commit to it.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm actually reading a pretty cool book at the moment. It's called The Slight Edge. And I'd recommend it for anyone who, and would probably
put it into the app.
I will put it into the app, actually. I'll create a card because I am loving it. Basically, the guy's whole principle is, he's sort of, his main principle is in basically you sow, basically plant, cultivate, and reap or harvest. And what he's saying is planting's only a very small and easy effort, and it's easy not to do the planting. And harvesting is what everyone wants. And in today's society, we want to plant and harvest straight away. That's our world. But what he's actually saying is it's actually in the cultivation that's the and cultivating that we've got to all just lean into and get, feel great about cultivating. And what Belinda was saying before about having the yogurt and then having some Ravita and basically just eating those really great whole foods, that's exactly what we're talking about. Because you could have just jumped straight to the chocolate fix, or you could have just, but instead you must be of the mentality now of going, you know what, this is for me and this is what I want to do. So, and really that's what this is all about. So the Slight Edge just talks about, I guess, or highlighting the importance of get joy out of the mundane, basically, because the problem with the everyday is it's just, so with meditation, it's awesome that you're actually thinking about it and have done it a few times and you're thinking about doing it more. Cool. So that's a win.
Yeah, definitely. And look, in meditation's one of those things that it's not for everyone. I have tried so many times to get into it, and I just can't do it.
Not your thing.
I've never been able to do it. I literally sit there and go, okay, I'm going to meditate, and then I go, oh, there's washing to do, or oh, I need to go and pick that up, or oh, I can see a bit of a mess over there. Like I just cannot. I can't switch off. I never have, but I can go for a run, and I can switch off.
Yeah.
So that for me is my meditation.
Yeah.
Whereas to other people, they go, seriously, going for a run is your meditation. So it's finding what the right thing is for you with meditation.
Whereas I think because I meditate quite a lot, the real secret of meditation, I mean, I've been meditating for years and my mind's not quiet when I meditate. That's actually the purpose and the skill of trying to exercise the brain muscle. It's there's no right or wrong, and there's sometimes where I got heaps of brain chatter and sometimes where I've got not much. And
there's a guy that does it down here in Newstead too, if anyone lives around here, just at the end of our street on Newstead House, near Newstead House, and along the river on a Saturday morning.
Okay, outside, so just
outside. We just lay on the grass. I found him when I was going for a run along there, and then we went
in group classes.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, in a breath.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and so for me, I mean, I get up the same time every morning, and it's interesting. I've sort of gotten into this routine of I like solving a Rubik's Cube every morning. So it's just my thing. I just solved that a few times and I enjoy that. So I kind of
You mess it up, do you, Karen, before you go to bed?
No, do you know what I feel like doing?
She
So you
pulls it
can
apart.
actually take it apart and move things into the other space, so you can never solve
Solve
it.
it.
I might try that.
But because I enjoy that bit, I actually set a stopwatch on my timer for 10 minutes, and then believe it or not, I'll do the books because I hate the books. But I'll do that for 10 minutes and go cool, and then I'll do some other thing. I journal and meditate, and then I finish it with the Rubik's Cube because I kind of enjoy that. But that's just me doing my daily morning routine thing, and that's just me. I just don the headphones, sit on the meditation seat, and just do my thing for only 10 minutes. But
and you're a very different person when you do that.
Yeah. If I don't do it, basically, If
not that I'm saying that he's grumpy when he doesn't do it, because I would never say that. But the days that he does it, he's definitely a very different mindset.
That's how you'd like to start your day, and that clears your head, and then
Sometimes I come out like a bull out of the gate, though. Like I've meditated on something, and I'm saying, we're going to go do this, and this, and let's go. And she's like, "What are you doing?" So I don't know. Have you guys got any routine stuff?
Do you meditate with your eyes open, Scott? See, I meditate with my eyes closed.
I close my eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
like Karen, though. There's different forms of meditation. Like gardening to me is a form of meditation. Being in my garden, getting the hose out and hosing, the garden in the afternoon. I don't always. I'm a bit like you, Tracy. Is it Tracy? You've got Mark Hepworth on the.
Meg.
Yeah, Meg. Sorry, Meg. I'm like you. I do it when I can, but it's a bit hard with my morning routine to do it at the same time every day. But
I'm quite fortunate. And funnily enough, when our adult kids live with us, they actually stay in the room that I do a lot of my journaling stuff in, and that kind of. Summer and winter is interesting as well. Certainly in summer I can do it more because I can get up when the sun rises. So
Sarah, we are very early risers. Like you're up at usually about 4:05, and I'm up at 5.
I'm up at 4:30.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So that's
why you're a routine gal.
No, I'm the same. I can't get into meditation. I've tried, and I want to, but my mind can't do it.
It's interesting, because
things like that I just can't.
My choice of meditation was mountain biking.
Okay.
Because meditation's about, I guess, trying to quieten the mind, and usually concentrating on breathing is just trying to get you to concentrate on one thing at a time. And when you're hurtling down a hill on a mountain bike, you've really just got to concentrate on the trail. Otherwise, like I did, you'll break 7 ribs and puncture a lung and put yourself in hospital. That was me not meditating when I was on a mountain bike. So
yes, that's right.
There's
another form of, like, they do beautiful mantras, and it is a meditation thing. Diva Pramal they're a couple who have got a great listening to. They do chanting. It's kind of a chant.
I actually did one of those. I went to, in West End, there's the I think it's called the Australian School of Meditation and Yoga, and I went to a chanting meditation and absolutely loved it. It was really weird. It kind of pushed me a little bit out of my comfort zone, sitting around in a group of people that were chanting, and it was like, oh, have I walked into some strange kind of cultish type routine? But it was amazing. I got to the end and went, has that been an hour? Like, it felt like 5 minutes. It was relaxing. It was fun. So maybe that's more my thing.
I'll put the name in there and you can check them out.
That'd be cool. Awesome. Put them both up in the community and a group, and then that'd be cool.
It's just tips, and if someone else has got one, then put it in. And
I know I'm a better person if I meditate in the day. It sets me. It's a great setup for the day.
I've never really. I've thought about giving it a go. I've thought about giving it a go at night, but I never really have done that. But I imagine that it probably could be a fairly good nighttime routine thing, and maybe sleep. But I'm
Yeah.
automatic. I wake up and don the headphones and do the thing. Interesting to try. Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, I guess unless there's any other questions, we can probably call this one. Meg, I've just unmuted your microphone. If you want to unmute again. Sorry, I muted you. You have to unmute. That's a bit of a wrap for us today.
Yeah.
So what are we? Just on 7 days to go, and we're done. So never done, but we're done for this journey. So I guess for me, I'm doubling down. I want to go beyond where I was before Vietnam. So I'm on the straight and narrow. I'll be meeting with Sarah next week on Tuesday, likely to get a consult in.
Yeah. I'm toying with doing a two-day detox next week.
Oh,
is that okay? Is that okay to do that? Can I do that? Oh, okay. I can get to 63.
Okay, I would say to get to 63, don't focus on getting to 63 is probably my first thing.
Okay, that's the pace.
Which is the hardest thing to do. My next thing would be make sure you've got a plan for the week. Hit your water, do your meals, get the longest overnight fast you can get.
Okay.
So eat your dinner as early as you can, sticking to your 5
hours. Am I eating my fish at 7:15 in the evening? Yeah.
And I say if you eat at around 6:30.
Yeah.
The longer you can get that overnight fast is where I see more results.
Okay.
Here's one.
I shouldn't have said that.
If you do a breakfast fast, which is okay every now and again, right?
Every now and again. I prefer it for men and not for females. Like essentially,
I need my breakfast. I have to have breakfast. Yeah.
Okay.
The first meal of the day establishes metabolism. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. This is where Scott should never be able to answer questions.
I'm asking, not answering. And anywho, why wouldn't you do another detox?
Too much strain on the body. It puts the body into too much stress.
Okay.
Like the body's happy at the moment. The body's nourished, metabolism's working. Yes, we might not be getting the number that we're seeing, but we're feeling great. We're eating good foods. To put the body through stress when it doesn't need it can have a negative impact on the body as well. So it's more for like every 12 months, because a few things have crept in here and there, but a few things haven't crept in here and there. So you'd be cleansing the good food that you've had, so you probably wouldn't even see the same impact as well. Like there isn't that bloating to go down and that kind of thing. So yeah.
I was going to say, Karen's the lightest she's ever been. She was this morning. She was having a cheer. So she was absolutely stoked this morning, and that's post op the back holidays and those sorts of things. So,
and I would say I have actually been lighter previously when I did Weight Watchers, but I was the most unhealthy I had ever been, and that's like I'm going back 25 years.
Just eating chocolate, and
I did that by eating chocolate and drinking Diet Coke.
Oh wow.
How far we've come.
Yeah.
I must say that when you said you were going to do it all again and you were thinking maybe 6 weeks, I definitely think the 8 weeks minimum is good, because you're really kicking. I feel like
that's
you're
into
it. Yeah, into that. And then, you get to like we're nearly at 8 weeks now, and you can see the more improvement and more focused and more excited because you are getting to there. I don't know if 6 weeks seems too early.
Okay, that's good to know.
And that sort of feedback's what we're after.
How I feel, but I don't know what other people. Belinda, what do you think?
8 weeks is transformative. In like if you go to the gym every day for 8 weeks, you see a difference.
Yeah,
I
agree.
8 weeks seems to be the secret number for
Yeah.
seeing a change.
It's good feedback because part of it's, you know, kicking it off again in the new year. We want to incorporate what we've learned from this one. And feedback from you guys is going to be really
definitely
valuable.
8 weeks. Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Good to know.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Super. All right, gang.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
I'm also going to be loading up. I don't know whether we can do it on the platform. I will check with Scott, but I have a couple of guides for navigating Christmas. There's a few Christmas recipes, things like that. It is about a 22-page document.
Yep.
So we'll get that loaded up as well. It's actually got some really cool recipes on it for coming into that kind of Christmassy period.
Cool.
As well.
Actually, that's
Okay.
so yeah. I think it is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? We are actually going to be doing. We're telling the AI meal planner to do a Italian theme, right? And then the last week we're doing a Christmas theme.
Yeah.
So just to mix it up a little bit with the meal planner. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. Check out that. Very cool.
you.
All right, Tim.
And I'm hoping my
Later.
Christmas plan has a mince pie on it.
Not helping.
Yeah.
Nah.
Don't put it online.
Yeah.
With ostrich. An ostrich mince pie for Christmas. All right, guys. Thanks, Sarah, for
Thank
coming
you
in.
so much.
Thank
And,
you. Bye.
Glad you got on, Megan.
Okay. Bye.